I recently watched the new trailer for the new upcoming Ghost of Yotei game, which for those of you who don't know is actually a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, a brilliant single-player story game that takes place during the Mongol invasion that occurred in Japan around year 1274. It's a really good game if you like games about samurais, and also has some neat stealth portions in it as well. Though, when I played it, I tended to forego utilizing the stealth mechanics, to instead fully immerse myself into the samurai style of fighting with honor, even if my enemies didn't feel the same way and jumped me 1v20. But I'm getting sidetracked, as this video is actually about Tsushima's sequel, Yotei, and in particular, some oddball gamers who have a very peculiar critique about the upcoming game. You see, Ghost of Yotei is going to take place 300 years after the events of Ghost of Tsushima, in the year 1603, and set in the territories of Mount Yotei, a mountain in the northern islands of the Japanese archipelago that, at the time, was not under Japanese rule. Also, can I just say how beautiful the graphics and scenery was of Yotei in the trailer? It gave me this sense of serenity, and as funny as it may sound, I feel like people are actually going to buy the game just to walk around in it. And that's okay, because, you know, every gamer games differently. For example, I like to play Sims just so I can make custom Sims that look like people I hate in real life, and then I like to lock them in inescapable houses and let them starve to death. Huh? So to each their own, right? Anyways, the game looked really promising and epic, and I didn't really see anything wrong with it. It showed off the location we were going to be playing in, who we were going to be playing as, and it even set up the potential big bads we were going to be fighting in the game. So then, what was the issue? Why do we got people on X upset about it? The graphics? Lack of actual combat gameplay? No Jin Sakai, the pro tag from the original game? No, ladies and gentlemen, the issue is what's in between the main character's legs. Or in this case, lack thereof. That's right, people are up in arms on X because the main character of this upcoming game is a girl. That's right, folks. As you can see from these tweets, we got some really upset campers. With this first tweet reading,
Ghost of Tsushima sequel stars a Japanese woman samurai warrior because of course it does. They can't help themselves until every franchise that was built on masculinity is replaced by women. Ghost of Yotei is, hopefully, a smaller spin-off game, but if this is the true sequel and this is the new main character over Jin Sakai, fuck that. So sick of the first girl boss narrative, man.
After reading this, I'm kind of confused if this guy's even a gamer. He's saying he's sick of the forced girl boss narrative, but like, what do you even mean by that? There's a plethora of titles out there where the main character is a girl, and you could say that they're quote-unquote girl bossing. And don't worry, I'm going to give you guys specific gaming examples later on in the video. I mean, I would understand his frustration more if he was more so venting about the fact that now he may not be feeling as immersed in the game due to the last one having a male protagonist. So in that one, he may have felt more immersed because, you know, he has a dick. And he also has a dick. But to exert the notion that the franchise was built on masculinity, that's what I'm kind of confused about. Like, what does that even mean? I'm not going to try to interpret what he's trying to imply, but I will say, in my opinion, I think the franchise was more so built on the good story that Ghost of Tsushima had, the interesting setting it took place in, and its excellent gameplay mechanics. It's kind of weird to twist this in this sort of way about how this game is going to be this forced girl boss narrative, when in reality, it's just going to be a game about the samurai girl. Like, what is wrong with that? Anyways, moving on to this shorter tweet.
Dead on arrival. Saves me money from even buying Tsushima if the sequel is feminist garbage.
So let me get this straight. This guy has already declared this game as quote-unquote feminist garbage, all from the fact that the main character is a girl. Not only that, but due to the main character being a girl, he's also now not going to buy its prequel, Ghost of Tsushima. This is why I'm so convinced that the people making these comments don't even play video games. They're turned off from a game just because the main character is the opposite gender of them. Like, what? Let's look at this last one here. I was so disappointed by that. When they showed a glimpse of the face early in the trailer and saw how feminine the face was, I was immediately out. It's way overplayed out at this point. What exactly is overplayed at this point. Because having a girl as the protagonist is not a new concept. It's been done before. You do realize by saying that this same exact logic can then be turned onto you by someone saying, oh my god, another male protagonist. Oh, overplayed at this point. My god. Like, bro, what are you even saying, bro? Like, this tweet from Tweeter Gato perfectly sums up like what's in my mind right now when I read all these tweets. It's just so painfully accurate. We got the gamers in the 80s and 90s. I just beat 32 games in a week without cheats, and this Tomb Raider game looks cool. Oh! And then the gamers in 2020. There's a girl in this game. Oh no! Like, bro, please just shut up and wait for the game to drop to then talk your shit, okay? Like, I'm sorry, but you need to bring a different criticism to the table other than, oh my god, the main character's a girl. Like, bro, that's just not gonna fly, okay? It's just not gonna fly. So anyways, as y'all just saw and heard, we got a lot of people who are scared of women and I guess just don't like the idea of playing as a girl. Now, listen, I understand those who don't like playing as the opposite gender from an immersive point of view, as there are gamers out there who like to play their own gender to be more immersed in the game. I myself am one of those gamers, as I do feel more immersed and connected to the game if the protagonist shares the same gender as me. But is not being able to play as a male going to stop me from enjoying the game? Hell no! If a game looks interesting, fun to play, has a good story, or has gameplay mechanics I want to try out, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to play it. Now check this, I'm about to machine gun a lot of game titles at you that all differ in genre and vary in popularity. But all of these titles have one huge trait that they all share. Try to see if you can guess what it is. Ready? Here we go. Tomb Raider, Horizon Zero Dawn, Celeste, Stellar Blade, Your Turn to Die, Resident Evil 3, Beyond Two Souls, Mirror's Edge, Nier Automata, Bayonetta, and last but not least, Metroid. I'm sure all my viewers have guessed already what the common trait is between all these games, as you are all very smart, attractive, and have high IQs, doubly so if you are also subscribed to the channel. But for those of you who couldn't guess because you never heard of any of these titles before, don't worry. That probably just means you're not all that into gaming as much as some other nerds like me, and are just watching me for the entertainment, and I thank you for that. The common trait is that all those games have a girl as the protagonist that you play as throughout the game. And in my opinion, they are all good games that have the three traits I talked about earlier in them. And I'd recommend you check them out, as I'm sure one of them fills the type of game genre you like. The point I'm trying to make is that the people getting mad that the main character is a girl are the same people who aren't even gamers, or people who just hate the combination of girl plus video game, as they feel the need to gatekeep this form of entertainment to those who have a phallus between their legs, which I think is not cool. Gaming is for everyone, regardless of what you got in your pants. As a matter of fact, I probably actually may have never even got into gaming if my sister didn't own a Nintendo 64 that she let baby me play. And that was freaking years ago, as I'm sure you are all aware of just how old that console was. So please, for the love of God, stop getting mad that the main character of the game you want to play is a fucking girl. It's not at all going to detract from the gameplay itself, and if anything, will make the story more interesting, as we'll get to experience the game's story from a unique point of view. Alright, that basically covers this mulling session. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you want to hear more moles from the mayhem, hit that subscribe button. Alright, I'm off to ponder for my next mole. I'll catch all of y'all later. Peace.